Well, hello to everyone listening, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Anime Dudes and the Anime Dads podcast. My name is Bjorvio, and if you want to know something cool, you have come to the right place. Okay, so I'm going to share with you Bjorvio's fun fact of the day. Okay, and that fun fact is sharks live in the ocean. Bet you didn't know that. But here's the other thing that's cool about that. Okay. Sharks can smell things from up to, I believe, 6 miles away. You can quote me on that, but I may or may not be wrong, or I may or may not be right. You know who's an expert on sharks? I don't know one either, but an expert on being an expert co-host is my co-host,
The
the
anime
Anime Dad.
dad. And I'll tell you something cool. Ice. All right, that's pretty darn cool. Last time, we always used to play a trick around the dinner table. You take a bit of ice, you put it down someone's back of their shirt, and
Mm-hmm.
it reminds me of Zenitsu when he sees a pretty girl. They're jumping
Do
around and
you
acting
do you
crazy.
guys have crushed ice over there? You know, like the little like cubes that are about
No,
like this small, like real,
no.
real small.
Do you get out of your fridge?
Oh, so no, not you. I mean, there are some that'll do it, but like there's some chains like Sonic is known for theirs. You can buy it, but it's a little bit harder.
Hmm.
But man, that was the best to put down people's shirt because you and rather than getting like one big thing of ice, you could get a handful of like 20 or 30, and they just go all different
And then
directions.
just melt and then make you wet and cold.
Yeah, because they melt so quickly because they're so small.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, talking about ice, let's get into our improv questions. For the newbies, improv questions are. Sorry, my parrot is quite excited. Improv questions
For
are
improv.
for improv. There are three questions that we improv. We answer. We improv the answers as well. Bjorvio is going first, and maybe you can ask your three questions to me, Bjorvio.
No worries. And for those listening that would like to submit an idea for improv, you can send it to either of us on TikTok or Instagram. Though don't send us the actual you can send us the actual improv thing you want us to ask, but then it's not really improv. But if you give us a topic, we can make that into an improv question. So that's why I said topic. But anyway, speaking of topics, if you had to go into the world of Dr. Stone and you had to teach a classroom where you could actually teach Ishigami Senku something that he would learn, what would you teach him?
Goodness, oh my goodness, that's a great question. I was actually because we're watching Dr. Stone at the moment. It's one of the things we're watching. We'll get to that later. But I would teach him. I'm trying to think of it seriously and not funny, but I'd probably teach him how to talk to people better, maybe social skills a little bit better. I mean, the social skills are pretty darn good. They're okay for someone of his genius, but I think he could improve, especially maybe with girls. He could be nicer, not call them lions all the time. That one girl. But yeah, so probably a social class. I'm not sure he'll listen to it because he'd probably be thinking about what his next invention would be. But yeah, social cues. I think I got that right.
Yeah, you got that right. I'm here for it. For me
Next question.
personally,
Oh yeah,
I
sorry.
think
Go.
you could also teach him origami.
Origami, and I'm an expert at that. I'll
I
actually,
do. Yeah.
if I had a piece of paper here, I'd make a velociraptor out of it, but I don't, unfortunately. Sorry
Well,
about
there's
that.
a reason. Yeah, I think the government took all your paper so that because remember we had this whole catastrophe last time with you and paper. So
It's a,
give it a
it,
couple more months, and then I think the restraining order will be up.
that's not podcast worthy. I told you not to bring that up, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, next question, sir.
All right. Next question is, um, you and Goku are at an eating contest. Only Goku is the judge, and he's judging people on their eating form. How would you place if you were facing Rengoku and your forger?
dead last. Your Forger has incredible determination, and she's an absolute powerhouse. She is gonna smash it. Rengoku, again, just with his tone and finality of the way he says tasty, again, it blows people's minds. Goku will be taken aback by that. I, on the other hand, will try eat the food quite well, but I'm a bit of a messer. I'm a bit of a spiller. That was my nickname by my wife when we first met. A spiller because every time I drank water, it spills everywhere, or no tea or food. So I'd end up a mess trying to eat fast. So yeah, the order would be your Rengoku, me, and Goku would judge it that way, I think.
Fair. Also, another thing we have in common is I also spill what I'm drinking quite regularly, especially if I'm at work. There's often like when I'm chugging my water, like it goes up my nose or it gets my mustache all wet. It's a thing that happens. It's part of life. So I'm glad I'm not miserable alone in this. So thank you, man. All right. Number three is you have a pet Growlithe that you need to take to a vet. There's none that specialize in fire type Pokemon near you. So you decide to take it on a boat to go overseas, and you get him to a vet that specializes in fire type Pokemon, and they find out that he has an ear infection. And so you give him these drops that are supposed to um, make his ears better. The only problem with the drops is they are dangerous to other people, so you have to wear special like protective gear when you're putting them in his ear. Why are they so dangerous to people? And oh my goodness, what a cutie you have in your hand. That's a cute doggy. I love his eyes.
This is my Growlithe, and he does have a problem. And putting something in his ear is tough. And the reason it's dangerous, this particular thing, you go down, okay? Good boy. Is because it actually not only fixes ear infections, but it attracts Team Rocket. It's like you know
Oh,
how the bees, when they find something they like, or the queen finds an area she likes, she emits pheromones. Same
yep.
thing for Team Rocket. Team Rocket pheromones. And they head there and they'll end up battling you. And it's not a danger for them to battle you, but it's a danger of your time. Because it takes about half an hour to send them flying. So that's why it's dangerous.
Yes.
And they do put it on the bottle sometimes, but it's a lot to say. So you find out the hard way sometimes.
That's fair. By the way, before we move into your improv, give me real quick, give me your best Growlithe impersonation.
Oh my goodness, I haven't said Growlithe in a while, but then we go for it. Growlithe.
8 out of 10. Not bad.
Give
I'm
me
digging.
yours. Ah, there you go. You sound like Scooby Doo Growlithe, but that's very good.
Reggie.
All right, let's get three for you, my good sir. If you were a key on the keyboard, um, what key would you be, and how does that relate to anime?
Oh, that's a good one. So I would like to be a home row key on the right hand side. So I'm gonna go with L because L is the person that I would want to be in anime. Just
Mhm.
very smart, very just a dude that eats candy all the time. And what better than to have a key on the keyboard named after you? So L from Death Note is my final answer.
And Al is for the way you look at me. O is the only one that I can see. All right, next question. I'm not going to finish that. Next question is: let's pretend um, you're you have a brother that is an anime freak. He loves anime with all his heart. He's true anime doodad. Um, and he decides to stop watching anime because he has watched one that put him off anime in general. What anime did he watch to put him off, and what anime would you make him watch to get back on?
Hmm. That's really good. Oh, that's good. Okay. Oh, that's really good. Okay. Anime that's gonna put him off from watching other anime. I'm gonna go with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the fourth episode with Nina and the dog. Because I know a lot of people that have been turned off from the show from that episode, almost myself included. Um, but a one that would bring them back. Oh, that's well, if they're watching My Hero, I would assume that they kind of like darker anime. So I'm gonna go with one that has a little bit of a darker tone to it, and I'm gonna show them Spy Family.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice. Spy Family would be a would be a good one to go for. Actually, I think that would bring anyone back. We watched the movie the other day, and it
Isn't it
was
good?
very good, very well done. My daughters loved it as well. So, final question. I'm going to give you five random anime characters from an anime generator. I don't know
Okay.
what's coming next. I don't know the person that's coming next. You rate them 5 to 1 in regards to the people you like the most. So you have to put them on a list between 5 and 1.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Oh, that's gonna be hard.
First one, Aaron Yeager.
Three.
All right. Second one is Shoto Todoroki.
Oh, I should have. I knew I should have put Aaron at four. I'm gonna save hope. I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna put Shoto. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm putting Shoto at four.
Ooh, that's surprising. That's
I
surprising.
know. I know. I wish I would have put Aaron at four, but it's whatever.
Levi Ackerman.
Oh, two. Definitely like him better than Aaron for sure. I'm holding
Really?
out hope for number one though. I'm holding out hope, bro.
It could be bad. We'll see. All right.
Yep.
The next one on the list, Edward Elric.
Number one, hands down. Number like you're gonna find very few that I would put above Edward. Oh, but that means I only have number five left. Oh no. Okay. Oh, I'm stressed. I'm stressed. There's sweat coming out of everywhere. It's coming out of my neck.
All right, I'm push the button. Final one to choose. It might actually work out well for you. Is this is loading? Oh yeah, Genos.
Perfect. Number five anyway.
Not a bad list, my sir. Very, very good. All
No,
right,
there's only one thing I would have changed, but I consider that a win, considering I didn't know what was coming.
it was a random list. All right, what are we talking about today?
So, considering that we are an anime podcast, every once in a while we want to talk about what animes we're currently watching, what are good, which ones do we enjoy, which ones do we not really enjoy. So we're just kind of here to give our opinion about the good, the bad, and the what the.
Yep, yep, agreed. Yeah, what the heck? So my first one that I'm watching at the moment, we mentioned it before, is Doctor Stone,
Good choice.
and I am not extremely um far. I actually don't know how far I am into it. Do you would know? Have you watched the whole of Doctor Stone?
Yeah, I've seen everything that's out.
I'm at a point where they're making like a tank of sorts, like a paper tank, about to go
Yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's in. I want to say that's either at the end of season one or the beginning of season two.
Okay, yes, I'm there. It is very good. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. One thing I really like about it is it's re-energized my scientific thrill for adventure. Scientifically, it teaches you how to do things at home, how to make a battery, which is scary, a few other things that you can do at home. But we've tried a few science experiments from it. We've tried one, and it's actually a lot of fun. So I definitely like the pacing. I like the storyline. It's a little bit sad, but a little bit happy. The score and the music is absolutely incredible. That woman's voice and the song that they play on that old CD they find,
Yep.
spoilers, is
So good.
absolutely amazing. I've replayed it quite regularly. So I've got good. I don't necessarily have bad. And the what does? I don't know how that young girl can go inside that melon to spy on people.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of interesting. It's good, but it's definitely one of those like, wait, what?
It's like all pretty factual and accurate until something like that happens, and then you're like, okay, well, that's not scientific, is it? How do her legs fit in that
Yeah,
one
right.
meter?
Same thing with oh gosh, what's his name? The warrior high school kid. Like, there's no way he's that strong. Dude handled a lion.
So true. Yasukasa. That's insane. And he rips out a giant tree and then like throws it flying. You're right. He's way overpowered for the most primitive high schooler. That's yeah,
But
you're
he's
right.
still so cool.
He's cool. And doesn't isn't his voice actor Whis from Dragon Ball?
It's somebody like that. I don't remember who exactly it is. It's been a
Ian
while since
Sinclair?
I've seen Dr. Stone. Yeah.
I
But
think
it's
it is.
basically My Hero Academia, the reunion, in many ways.
Yes, but also I've got Lord Beerus's voice actor there as the father
Yep.
chieftain. Um,
And you know
Dick.
Senku is Sun Eater.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's special. That makes it real special. Wow, it's a very different character for him, but very good one.
Yeah. That's 10 billion% right. And which also is hilarious because his best friend is Riko Faharo.
Yeah, get excited. All right. Well, who is? Oh, his best. Hold on. I just got what you said there. His best friend, the Big Oaf, is Rika Fajardo.
Yeah. So Mirio and Sun Eater.
You joking?
No, I'm dead serious.
And now that you've said it, it makes sense. My
Right?
word. Okay, well that's cool. That's cool. That's pretty awesome. That's an incredible choosing. Whoever chose that.
I know.
um. All right, bro. What's one anime you're watching at the moment?
So one that we've started fairly recently is called Bungo Stray Dogs.
Okay, Bungo. I've never heard of it.
So it's kind of like a detective agency show, but there's also like powers involved and stuff. It's good. It's good. The main character is Saitama's voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
Endeavor has a pretty prominent role. Um, Gojo has a
Mm-hmm.
pretty dominant role. I swear, the guy it's basically Gojo. Like it feels like just the same energy that he brought from this character he transferred over to Gojo because they're almost the same character and I love it. It's so great.
That's
But there's a
cool.
lot of other people here and there that make appearances. The powers are pretty cool. I'd say the plot's getting is pretty interesting. We just finished season one not too long ago. I think there's 4 seasons, and we're I think 2 episodes into season two. And season two it's very similar how it is to JJK in that the first part of season two of JJK was a flashback, and that's how Bungo Stray Dogs is too. It starts off with a flashback, but unlike JJK, you understood it was a flashback very early on.
Okay.
um,
Is it a popular anime
so it's pretty
or?
good. I know a few people that have watched it, so I'd say it's probably up there. Yeah, it's worth a watch. My only so I would say that's the good. There's not really a whole lot of bad to it. I would say maybe like one of the main villains can get kind of annoying every once in a while, but I mean, so did Shigaraki in season one, so I don't feel like that's too big of a gripe. Um,
Okay.
and the what um, let's just say the guy that's like Gojo in this has a particular fascination with something that's very strange. I don't want to say what it is, but it's very strange.
Okay, all right. I'm looking forward to hearing what it is.
One of those if you know, it's one of those if you know kind of thing.
Interesting. Interesting. Oh, well, I'm actually on one similar to that. It's not really known. And what really annoyed me about it, 12 episodes done. And it stopped in a spot that wasn't actually the end of the season itself.
Ooh.
Um, I think it just wasn't very popular, but it's Journey Through Another World with Kids, it's called.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one.
It's really, really cool. It's animation's on point. It's about this guy. He accidentally gets killed by a god, and the god feels bad, so he puts him in this other world where he's like an adventurer and his power can upgrade and level up and stuff like that. Um, and he meets these two kids who he meets these two kids who are overpowered as well, and he's surprised by it. And it's just him going from town to town, introducing this world to different foods from his world, like soy sauce and different cool things like that, while he's battling monsters, completing quests, and leveling himself up, and going through labyrinths as well. Um, the food makes my mouth water. The battling is great. The storyline's real cool, and it's almost like slice of life a little bit, but it just ended too soon. It was like the what the. Everything else was pretty cool about it, except that. Yeah, I mean, it is like a shooting star, I suppose. Things shine bright, then fizzle out pretty quick. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope they make more in the future.
Well, all right, I might have to check that out. It definitely sounds interesting. So if it piqued my interest based off that, I'd probably watch it. It is a little kind of sad though that it's just kind of ends abruptly, like what you're saying. Like, has it been renewed for a second season or anything? Do you know?
I haven't researched that. I probably should have. I just looked and I was like, what the? Maybe it's a new anime and maybe they're just releasing an episode a week. I don't know. I haven't. I need to look at it more. Journeying to another world with kids. It's called. It's like little blue-haired kids and but yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Maybe there's a manga that's pretty good as well.
Oh, that's a
Uh,
good point.
what's next on your list that you're watching?
Okay. Another one, I just started this one last week. It's called I'm probably gonna butcher the name, but Patrion Beyond Journey's End.
Hmm.
Um it's I've heard a lot of good things about it. I believe season two is coming out relatively soon-ish. I might be mistaken on that. Um but it was recommended to me by a friend, and I was like, okay, well, I'll take a look at it. What's it about? An elf. Okay, well, I like elves. I'll take a listen. Why not? And it's very good. It's kind of like it's an elf dealing with the fact that she was in an adventuring party, but she was the only elf. Everyone else was like a human or a dwarf or something like that, and so they're all aging while she isn't, because elves have that longer lifespan. So there's like something that happens early on in the show, and she's like, oh well, this will happen again in 50 years. I'll see you then. And then she has to come to deal with the fact that like not all of her adventuring party is physically able to go on an adventure anymore, and she's like, oh well, that's just the blink of an eye for me. And so it's her going on these quests and everything. And it's I'm about 6 or 7 episodes in, and it's a little sad, like it definitely hits you in the feels, but it's not like, it doesn't make you depressed. It's a good amount of sad. um the animation's great. It's not super action driven, but there are some action scenes and they're well done. Like, they're not trying to force an action scene on you. It feels like it happens pretty genuinely. Pretty. Um. So overall, I would say I'm very impressed. I understand why it's gotten the hype that it has. I would say that it's good. The only thing that's a little bit bad, I would say, it works to its strength as well, but you know I'm not always in the mood to feel something sad, when I'm trying to
Mm,
relax. So
hmm.
it's not like Violet Evergarden sad, but it is, it does make you, it does kind of hit you in the feelings a little bit. So but it's a beautiful way that they handle the sadness. So I think it's very classy, very well done. And I'm very excited to see where the show goes forward from this.
I love that. I love that. Sounds real special and interesting and different. I like animes that are different like that.
Right.
Um, um, we don't have time to go into too many more, but I'm just want to suggest something. We should do in like an anime randomizer, um, and then go until we both haven't watched one. We should watch the first 5 episodes and then talk about it, in like a podcast.
Ooh.
Like, if we have time, I think we randomize an anime, watch the first five, and then yeah, just discuss it. I think that's a cool idea.
That is a fun idea. I'm totally here for this.
Sounds great. Sounds great. All right. Well, we don't have time for improv today either, based on I'm having some issues with my recording device back system, just breaking the fourth wall there. But we do have time for Bjorvio's final voice exit, a voice of his choice, and something that will blow my socks off would be a good one, please, sir.
Okay, something that's gonna blow your socks off. Let me access my database and see what I can find here. Um,
You can do Bakugo because he explodes
hmm.
things.
I did think about that for okay. Let me pull into this. Okay, I think I got one. I don't know if you've ever heard this voice. It's not it's a D&D voice that I use.
Um, Hi everyone. My name is the Dragon, and I'm very appreciative of the fact that you um tuned in this week for the Anime Dudes and the Anime Dads podcast. Please let us know how much you enjoyed it, or if you didn't. I mean, I guess that's fine too, but it would really mean a lot if you did. Um, but yeah, please come back next week. The topic is going to be absolutely incredible. So I've heard. Um, yeah, yeah, it would really mean a lot to me if you did. So, what's? Hang on, let me look at my script here. Then yeah, I said that. I said okay. Yeah, okay. Final thing is, go beyond enthusiastic. I mean, plus ultra.
Plus Ultra. Well, I wasn't wearing any socks, but they would have been blown off. That was a cool. That was a cool voice.
Very different than what I normally do.